pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Reverend Spain is supposed to be here, but he's not, so can we just have a moment of silence for him? Okay, thank you. Take a piece of spot, you can go ahead and sit.
You won't bite?
Good evening, everyone. Okay, get started. First thing we'll do is the abstracts. I think everyone's had a chance to take a look at them. If there are no questions, I need a motion to pass.
I move we approve the abstractions as presented.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Department heads, Chief. Tonight you're first.
And that's all I have.
That was good.
Thank you.
No.
I figured that was coming too. Alrighty. Show that we actually do have a police department.
Thank you.
Short and sweet. We had two of the guys go through interviews interrogation school last month. They completed it and have already put it to work, closing out one of our burglaries through interview, so that worked out pretty good. STEP grant, which is the grant for speed enforcement, was approved. It's been cut slightly.
Slightly.
Well, half. So that's, I think that since it's a performance-based thing, I think that next year it'll probably increase since we're designating those patrols now per your direction. So I'm hoping that we'll get a little more next year.
Next year, okay.
Yep.
Good.
We've had an issue with the video recording system in the PD that we didn't even realize we were having. It wasn't recording. Apparently it's been a problem that's occurred before. It's due to some sort of electronic surge that they haven't really figured out yet, but this will be our fourth one that we're replacing. Everything's been under warranty, and Hubner's, who are handling it, believes that it's gonna remain under warranty. So it shouldn't cost us anything, but we're just going through it left and right.
There's gotta be a reason for it.
Right. Yeah, and they're confident the first and second one were both lightning strikes. They were close enough, yeah, that it just couldn't handle it. And apparently it's a pretty sensitive piece of equipment, and you know, they're working at it. You know, they just keep replacing them, thankfully, at no
Well, I'm
cost.
trying to think, I wish there was a way that when it went offline like that you could be notified. So,
That would be handy. Yeah,
I mean, there's gotta be with all the technology, there's gotta be a way with
some sort of alarm.
or
Right.
something that goes off to give you, because if you have an incident.
Exactly.
And we have a recording and it's not recording.
Yep.
It could leave us kind of tough going to court trying to prove something when you don't have the video.
Right.
Can you
Yeah.
ask them about it, maybe if they have something? There must be something, there's gotta be some kind of alarm or something that goes off.
Yeah, we definitely will be asking them about it because,
Okay.
as I said, we were unaware until we did try to recover some video footage.
Yeah.
That very well could be there, we just can't get to it, so it's up to them to pull it for us.
Okay, cool.
So, that's good. And the only other thing I have is, we recently had two officers who had resigned, Chris Irwin and Holden Gray. And in their resignation letter, they didn't indicate that they had wanted to remain on part-time. We had assumed, at least the police department had assumed that that was understood.
Which was one, that they didn't want to?
That they had wanted to remain on. It was kind of, we assumed that was there, and apparently it wasn't assumed on the village clerk's end, which is okay, because I understand why she would not assume that. But what I would like to do is ask for their reinstatement, because it was totally a clerical, I don't want to say clerical, it was totally an error on my part for not making sure that they entered into their resignation to remain on part-time.
There's no, I mean, we all hated both of them. There's no downside to having them be part-time.
Oh, absolutely not. They're both fantastic officers.
This gives you more experienced officers that know the village, know the people. It
Yep.
looks like a win situation for us and for them if they're willing.
Yeah.
That's okay to
Sure,
put them
we do
back
that,
on our
yeah.
rosters?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
He made a motion for
I
that.
move that we approve taking them on, reinstating them as requested.
Thank you.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Okay. The only other thing I have is the part-time officer that we just hired is actually here tonight, and it's a chance for everybody to meet. Kind of met briefly. Aaron? This is Aaron Smith.
How's everybody?
Works out of Deposit PD primarily, or did. Hopefully he'll be working more with us and more, because he's a fine officer.
Well, good, thank you for coming. I asked the chief to come down because sometimes I ride around late or early in the morning and I want to know, if I pull up to the car, when you know who I am, I have to pull out the weapon, you know? I'm a friendly, you know? Thank you for coming down, I appreciate it. Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Chief's had a lot of good things to say about you.
I don't know why he lied to you guys like that.
It's on camera, we got it, our camera works.
I just need the help.
Well, thank you for coming down, I appreciate it. Thank you for
Welcome,
working.
thanks.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
That's it for me, unless there's any questions. Sure.
Anyone else have any questions or anything?
Now that you've had the new patrol car for a while, still satisfied with it? Any quirks in it?
Satisfied. Yeah, the only issue we've had is I found out this morning, there's apparently a situation with the heat.
The heater, yeah, I
Yep.
saw that.
Yeah, and I honestly don't know the outcome because I didn't talk to Brian yet since I got back.
Well, Bush said it was something about when the antifreeze, the lower drops down a little bit, it's not working. So he
Okay.
said he was gonna throw in some antifreeze, so hopefully that took
Yeah.
care of
He
it.
did.
He did?
Yeah, I think it's,
I don't know what it's done since, so.
well, one of the
But
things.
still, you shouldn't have a low antifreeze problem on a new car. You should be able to go the whole season without really having that kind of issue.
The only thing that I can think is air in the system, maybe when it came from the factory,
Could be.
and it just lost a little bit.
Yeah.
So we'll know.
Get a
'Cause
little quick, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
definitely getting a lot.
Yeah.
It's getting a lot of use. So,
Okay.
alrighty.
Thank you, Chief.
Pleasure as always.
All right, Roger's not, you got the DPW, Roger's not here. You have something right after Roger's report, or am I gonna do that? That's all for me, right? Okay. Bill Brown? Here you go.
I just had a couple of quick things on my handout for tonight. We continue to work on the biogas project, the digester project, working to finalize the design to hopefully go to bid around the end of the year, first quarter 2016. We did soil borings this past month. That'll give us some information about how we need to size the foundations. And we've also submitted the funding applications. One was a consolidated funding application, and the second was Upstate Revitalization Initiative application to go towards primarily the pipeline portion of the project. The next item on our agenda is related to Townsend Street. We know we've had an issue up there with the start of a slope failure on that bank. We've met with DOT, with Roger and the mayor, Delaware County. Last month, we asked for permission to have Gifford Engineering come out and take a look at it with us. Mr. Gifford did come down last month and gave us some input. We received the bill for that service. We would ask the village approve issuing payment to Gifford Engineering for the $1,400, which is what the board approved last month.
And it's for services he's already provided.
Yeah, he came
Need a
down.
motion
and
for
met with
that?
Roger and
I'll
I.
make it.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
And we're looking at potential sources of funding to offset any costs of construction that we have to do to fix that.
Good.
The last item is New York Water Grants. We submitted an application early this month to New York State EFC to look at replacement of water lines on a series of village streets. So hopefully by the end of the year, we'll have a yay or nay, hopefully a yay on that one as well. So, I think that's all I have.
Any questions for Bill? Everybody? No? Thank you, Bill.
Thank you.
John Moffett?
Charlie, did I give you a copy of this report? No.
Be short.
Never give him a copy. He actually reads it.
I'll try not to. Pretty much everything's running status quo over at the plant. We have a few issues because we have a tank offline, so we're balancing our loadings a little different this month. And the line is off, or the tank's offline because we're doing a diffuser replacement right now.
That's what we held off on to do after the fair week, isn't it?
Right, exactly.
Right.
So we have one tank done. This other tank, we are in the process, it's drained. We're gonna start
You're gonna
pulling
clean it,
equipment out
you
of it
gotta-
tomorrow.
you gotta
Yeah, we
go
gotta
clean
clean
it.
it, yeah. Then pull the old piping out, put new piping in. And we are short 2 gentlemen over here right now. One retired and the other one's out on disability, so I'm bringing some other crew in. So we'll have 4 or 5 extra guys here on Wednesday and Thursday, so we may be able to get it all done in one quick shot here this week. And the other thing we're really looking at doing, we have Slack Chemical in, they're looking at some new chemicals for us. Pricing has been better, the press, and it's working much better. As far as, we're looking at about $90 a 55-gallon drum for the polymer for the press, but we're also using about half of the product we were using before, so it's going to be a substantial savings. We'll know better within another week or two. We want to do a 2-week trial, so. And other than that, the screw press was delayed until December, which we talked about, the reasoning why on that. Kester Associates will be here on Friday to work on the permeate pumps. We're having an issue with the programming on that. The VFD, for whatever reason, is tripping on us. And then odor remediation, we're looking at putting another valve in the pipeline we did, but we believe there's still money in the project. We talked last week, and we believe we still have enough to cover the 19. And the 19's an estimate. The welder last time gave us an estimate of, I think he gave us a quote of, it was $1,500, and he came in at $900. And he said that it'll be the same this time. He said if he comes in, it's less
And this will
time.
be, it's like an extra safety for
Yep.
for the odor?
Yeah, for the odor. We just want to be, if we have to get more air to that tank, if we cut into this other line, we can do it. So,
Okay, it's a good idea.
yep. Other than that, that's pretty much it. That's all I have.
Great. Any questions for John, from anybody?
On the violation, what caused that temperature?
It's just the temperature of our, we're not supposed to be over 70 degrees going into the river at any time. Even though we're over 70 degrees, and that's just the nature of the beast because brake zones is warm coming in. The river itself was 80 degrees at the time yeah.
That's what I was getting at.
So,
So how can you?
yeah. So it's still a violation in the state's eyes, but they really don't act upon it. They just,
Right.
so, okay.
Thank you, John. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, Steve's not here either. I don't know if, you have anything you want to add about Steve tonight, or anything on?
Yeah, Steve's not able to make it today because the town board has a meeting for the budget, and he's going to be up there. What he's put forward in the program, he's pretty much completed the CRS paperwork, and now he's going to re-engage in some of the fire inspections and some of the other activities that have taken a back burner while he was working flood issues.
Right. I see the court case from 50 Griswold is scheduled for November. Yeah, okay.
The individual requested a delay.
Yeah. Okay, looking out for that, I guess. Okay, item 3 is public input. If anyone wants to, put your hand down. You want to say? Hey. Go ahead, Judge, we have to be nice.
Okay,
Yeah, you can come up. You can come up here if you want. You don't want to sit there?
no, it's all right, I can sit here.
Okay.
I just wanted to ask about our door to the judge side. For the court, right now, we're using a slide
A slide lock, yeah.
slide lock, which jams up a lot. You really have to yank on the door. But I would really like to get that repaired because I feel more comfortable in the middle of the night when we're bringing prisoners in, that they come in through that door only, than coming through the main building where there's a lot of glass. And I just feel it's better for the safety of the officers and the court if we're going up just that one area versus opening up a bigger area of possible issues. And the door's it's been broken for 3 months. So.
Yeah, I remember when they put the slide on and we said, we'll go through the front door, but you know, when we say that, sometimes you don't realize, because the doors are so close together, you don't think it's such a big issue, but you have a point. They're actually coming in to the village hallway rather than staying in the court, so they have more space to run and do stuff if anything's gonna happen.
There's a step there, and if they don't step down
Yeah,
and they fall, then it's a possibility of the police department being sued, the village being sued because the person fell, because they didn't take the time to step down, you know, they just fell.
Is it a door replacement or just fixing the lock?
I think at this point, it's probably
Probably a
have to
door
take the
replacement.
whole mechanism and replace the whole entire mechanism in the door.
The whole apparatus.
And I noticed in the village's door, because I come in that door at the middle of the night, your lock isn't the greatest either. You have to jiggle your handle so it lines up just right.
The key, you mean?
You can feel the cylinder inside being
okay.
an issue. It's going to get to the point like it did in the courtroom store.
Are you talking about the one from outside or the one
Yeah.
after you're
The one
inside?
from outside.
Okay.
And you put the key to come in from outside into the building.
I'll have them check that out too, both of them.
And then I just need a resolution from the village board because to put my grant request in for
Yes.
AC, because when you have 90 cases up there and it turns out to be 100 and something degrees up there, we have no AC. We got a estimate
We got the
that
estimate
Mayor
for the-
gave
yeah.
us. I got that about 2 weeks ago, but in order to submit the grant, try and get a grant, I need a resolution from the board. And I know you've done them before, because that's what they did with the windows
Right,
upstairs.
yes. We need a motion for that, so that she can put in for the grant.
Do we have a draft resolution?
I got it from the minutes that happened last year,
Right.
and it just was something that it says that Ms. Pagillo was requesting permission to submit an application for the Justice Court grant after review. Trustee so-and-so made a motion for them to apply for
Yeah,
the
that's-
$30,000 Justice Court
It's
grant.
a small, yeah.
I'll make the motion.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
So basically, it's just gonna be for the amount of whatever that estimate was for, and I'm
For the-
praying that we get the money to do that, because you really need AC up there.
Do you know, is there a time frame on when you'd hear about the approval or not?
I have to get the approval in by November 2nd, so we were hoping to do that within the next couple of days.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, as far as when you'll hear back whether it was approved or
Usually a
not?
couple of months after we hear back.
About beginning of the year, yeah.
So yeah, we'll hear
And the
something.
guys that we have are good, so once you get the okay, they'll be down here right away, they'll take care
So,
of it.
because it's extremely hot. I know a defendant called and filed a complaint with the mayor that I didn't have the AC on. And the village PD came down and asked me why I didn't have the AC on, and I'll be quite frank, it's on recording that I said, "You gotta be kidding me." What AC, because there is no.
How come you didn't have it on?
There is none.
I understand.
Occasionally, we had the front doors open, but we did have a particular individual in court that I thought he was gonna jump, so now I don't open the doors.
Right.
Because that was too much of an issue right there.
For sure.
Okay, we'll do that, we'll get that together for you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Item 4 is, what?
More public input.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ruth. I apologize, go ahead.
That's all right, I didn't know when was the right time. Well, as you know, last year we did the Halloween costume
Yes.
event, and we'd like to do it again this year, and just wanted to make sure the date that was decided for the parade.
It's gonna be on Friday.
Right.
The 30th,
The 30th.
yeah.
Okay, that was one part, and just the blessing of the village to say, do it again.
No, I think it's a great idea. I mean, it went over really great last year. I heard everybody enjoyed it, and it's just gonna get bigger and bigger each year as you do it.
That's what I hope for.
Yeah.
But you never know, we might have to move it to the fairgrounds. There was a lot of people there last year, so it will be the 30th after the trick or treating.
Okay, excellent.
Awesome.
Thank you. If you guys want to be judges this year, you're more than welcome to be judges.
I volunteer.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
I would do it, but I'm gonna be working the Halloween party
At the castle.
at the castle again. I told you I would do it if I didn't have to do that. Okay. Okay, thank you. Anyone else? I apologize for missing you on that.
That's all
No,
right.
that's it. Okay,
Ron, that's kind of QT right now. I have to get the commissioners to approve it, but I'll get a hold of you by the end of the week and let all media know.
Appreciate it, thank you.
Is it? That's out of the bag?
got out of the bag.
Contact me anyway.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Okay, trustee reports. We'll start with Tink. You have anything you want to talk about tonight?
No, the only thing I got is on the agenda to come up here in a little while.
Okay. Dave, you have anything?
This Pride Committee didn't meet the last scheduled meeting. Again, they meet the second and fourth Thursdays. This Thursday is the second Thursday, but the planning board meets here every second Thursday. So the fourth Thursday will be meeting here at 6:30. The second Thursday will be meeting somewhere else, possibly the library, depends on where Roberta finds us a place to meet. But and then I think I announced this last time, in January, February, and March, just because of winter being what it is, they'll probably meet just once a month instead of twice a month.
Okay. Charlie, have anything you want to bring up?
Yes, last week at the Flood Commission, Walton Flood Commission, one of the topics that was brought up was the flood gauge that used to be up on East Brook. The USGS disconnected it, stopped supporting it a few years back, and we were wondering, the topic was brought up as perhaps a joint letter from the village and the town to encourage, letter to our senators, U.S. senators and congressmen, asking for their assistance to get the USGS to turn it back on. What that does for us is when we have heavy rains, we can monitor remotely the flood level of East Brook to give us a feel for how much danger the village is in. So with the village's board's permission, I'll draft a letter for the mayor, and if you approve, and if the town is
You want to make a motion for that?
Yes.
Second. Need a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. We'll do that, and hopefully the town will do this.
And that's all I have.
Okay. We go to number 5, the mayor's report. I have a few things to talk about, which is not unheard of by me, right? Okay. Okay, the first thing I want to bring up to the board is I got a call from Kelly Powers. Her family owns 4 properties in the village: 24 Terrace, 26 Terrace, 11 Townsend, and 40 Griswold. Recently, her mother died. The father had died not too long ago also. They were snowbirds. They came here in the summer and went down in Florida in the winter. And she lives in New Jersey. So apparently at the time when her mother died, the mail getting back to Jersey, wherever it was, she had some penalties on her water bills because they weren't paid. And it really wasn't her fault. It was a death, and by the time it got to her. So the total penalties were, she had $12.57 on 24 Terrace, she had $6.53 on 26 Terrace, she had $53.17 on 11 Townsend, and $23 on 40 Griswold. So she asked if she could be given, not to pay that on those penalties because of what happened. And I said I would bring it up to the board. We don't usually have a policy of forgiving penalty unless it's a special incident, and this, I think, would be a special incident that we could warrant that, but I need to bring it to the board.
They were all in the deceased mother's name.
Yes.
Motion.
Yeah.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay. Second thing is something similar without a death. Ken Schreider bought a property on 17 Townsend Street, July 17th. The water was turned on, the water had been off. It was turned on August 11th, and then, like 4 or 5 days later, it was shut off. And he called me up and he said, my water's shut off. And what had happened was, even though, as you know, even though when the water's not on, you have a certain fee you have to pay for having the pipe there, which he was not brought up to. He didn't know. He went to closing and everything. So he was charged, he got a bill for $85 and change. He was charged a $25 penalty fee for turning off the water, and a penalty fee, and he was shut off $11.04 for the shut-off fee. So he asked to get some help in that, and I said to him, I would speak to the board about reducing his bill for $36.04, which would be the penalty and the shut-off charge. And his bill would now be $48.92, and he said that's fine, he would come in and pay it right away. So but you can't do that without board approval.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, that's carried. Good, thank you. Okay, I have a letter here.
Can I just say something
Sure.
about that? You might want to just put in the letter that, it's a one-time,
Yeah, I already spoke to them about
so then
it.
if I put it in writing,
Yeah, it
because,
doesn't come back to you.
yes,
Yeah.
just when you see something, I just had a few cases in mind of people were saying something about water, so
Okay.
it's in a letter, they know it, and it's black and white for them. Okay, sorry.
All right, dear board members, I am in the process of redesigning the drainage of the parking area at 80 Liberty Street, so it drains into the swale in the center. The center drainage area will also include some small trees and/or shrubs to create directional traffic interaction as well. I am interested in the village 50/50 program for sidewalks. I understand I supply the labor, the forms, etc., to meet village standards, and the village will pay for the concrete. Please advise me your decision at your earliest convenience. Any questions, please feel free to call me, Chris Neese, 80 Liberty Street. We've done this a couple times this year, so
You used to do it a lot years ago, and it seems to be starting to come
it's time to
back.
pick up a little bit.
Yeah.
So I need a motion for that.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Okay, moving right along. Okay. As you know, I'm trying to think, what do you call it? Mrs. Van Tal, we got a letter here from Mrs. Van Tal. I think you've all had it. Up at the end of Bruce Street, we put up some guide rails that comes down, what do you call it again? I keep forgetting. Mount Pleasant, I always forget that. Coming down Mount Pleasant, we put in some guide rails there. They had been old ones there, they were out for a long time. We got some new ones. We had some given to us, so we put them in. What happened in the process is the guide rails that we're putting in now are about 6 feet longer than the other ones. And what they're doing, she had an area in her backyard that she used to bring in trucks to do like stump grinding and other things like that. With the extra space put in, she's only got like 4 feet of space. She can't fit anything into her backyard. So she asked us, she appreciated it, she said, thank you for doing it, but however, I can't get into my backyard anymore. Think you went and took a look at it, right? You spoke to her, maybe you
Right.
want to elaborate on it.
No, what she wants to do, she has a guardrail that was put in by the village, which she would like taken back about 5 feet so she can access her backyard, because that's the only access she has to her backyard as far as trucks and so forth, pickup trucks and so forth. So I looked at it, and as far as I'm concerned, I think we should take care of it.
Yeah, I spoke to Roger at home, even though he's not doing well, but I figured he could talk on the phone, and he said it wouldn't be a big deal to put another post in over there and just cut it right off,
Right.
so I just need a motion from the board to okay it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, the next thing, you want to take this one about the Chevy Impala?
Sure. The Chevy Impala, the bids were taken in October 2nd, and there were 2 bids that were submitted. One was submitted by Chris Voorhees for the bid of $526, And the second bid was submitted from Dana Wagner for $1,600. So I'm looking for the board to award
Gee,
the
let me
bid.
think about that one. That's a tough
Okay.
name. We need a motion from the board to
Second.
take the larger one, right?
Right.
The Dana Wagner one. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
For $1,600?
Yeah.
$1,600.
The one for $1,600 for Dana Wagner.
Okay.
That's good. Yeah. Okay. Next thing, item number 6, we have just a short, Dear Mayor Snow, the veterans of Walton request to hold their annual Veterans Day Parade on November 11th, 2015. We do this every year, so we just need a motion from the board.
So moved.
Second?
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
there was November 11th?
November 11th.
Okay.
11th day, 11th month, 11th hour.
Do we have a time on that?
It's, they gotta be there by 11, so it starts at 10:45.
Okay,
They have to be over in front of the thing by 11 o'clock.
okay.
Okay, and the next thing, the village court audit. You're gonna take that one, right? Is that your thing?
This one.
I had to review all of the court's accounting records, and everything looked really good, and I just need a motion telling me that you guys are in favor of the review, and I can send the record on to the New York State Court Association.
Do they just accept it, or do you know?
Yep, I send the letter to them, and I don't ever hear anything back.
I'll move that we approve the,
Yeah, okay, you
I
wanna
can
say?
tell you what happens with it.
Oh, only tell if it's good, great, if it's not, well,
Basically, they want to see that the town's reviewing the court records to make sure we're doing what we're supposed to be doing and the books balance out. And if there is an issue, then you guys basically say you want to see different things or whatever. So the same letter that you send off, the court just needs a copy to put with our banking records, so they're on file in the town hall,
Right,
the village hall.
so we need a,
I move that we
So I
approve
have
the audit
Charlie.
as approved, as presented
Second.
by,
All in
performed
favor?
by Misty.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay. And number 8, to whom it may concern, I recently purchased the property at 3 Griswold. The property will no longer be used as living quarters. The water will remain shut off. The property will be used for storage in the future. It is my understanding that the water sewer will be billed at a lower rate in view of the changes. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Nadine Koptes. So it's just like I was just talking about before, you know, when we shut off the water, they get, what do they call it? Capital fee. They get charged every quarter. You need a motion for that as well.
I'll move that we comply with the letter as requested.
Second?
second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Do you have anything to bring up? Yes, you do.
We have a
yeah.
resolution.
Yes.
Delaware Opportunities needs to submit a resolution, the mayor giving permission to take all responsibilities and activities during an environment review process that needs to take place. So I need a motion to approve the resolution.
Do you have the resolution? You see that?
Largely a formality, I think.
I was thinking of having.
I'll make a motion and we approve that.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
I think that's for me, but I'll be back.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, we're gonna be going to executive, we'll wait for a few minutes.
Okay, good, because I just saw a trooper come through.
I also have a letter from Delaware Opportunities for the CDBG grant that has been awarded to residents in the village of Walton. And we have somebody that submitted to receive the grant, but she's $850 over, and the board needs to approve that before they're able to start on the grant.
Walk me through this again. She's applying for a grant.
That she can get up to $5,000.
Okay.
And the expenses are over $5,000. So anything under $5,000 is approved already.
Right.
Now, she's exceeding the $5,000 mark, and we need to give permission for that to be exceeded.
We have the money, it's just us giving you okay.
Okay.
I'll make that motion.
I'll
Second?
the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Thank you.
I got one more thing before we,
Sure.
it has to do with the roof up at the pool area.
Okay.
There's one spot there that needs to be replaced. And it's right over where all the caustic and so forth is, of course, that area. But it got an estimate and so forth on it, of course, with us doing the work. And it came to like 1,000, right around $1,000 for the materials, so forth and so on. But I'd like to, I didn't mean to hold on to it, but I was so interested in everything that was going on that I forgot all about it.
That's okay. We'll give it to Missy when you,
Okay,
so you're making a motion? to have
make a
that?
motion.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Give it, pass it down, we'll give it to Misty. Jody. There you go. Anything else?
No.
All right, if nobody else, then we're gonna close the regular meeting. We're gonna be going to executive session in a few minutes to discuss personnel issues with court and also to discuss union negotiations. So thank you, everyone.
I move to go